In this video we're going to be interviewing Chaz Stevens, who is one of the original members of Calderglen Harriers. So Chaz, when did you first join the club?
I first started the club in June 1985. The background to it being, I'd entered the Glasgow Marathon for 1985. I'd been training on my own, which as everybody knows is not the best idea. I took part in the Clunit Parish Church 10-mile fun run because it was local. And just after it, in the changing rooms, I got talking to some Harriers. And I thought about it, maybe I could go to that club. But a few days later, just by chance, I met a chap called Davy Mullen. And he said, Chaz, come up on Tuesday night to start with, and I'll take you out for a run. So I come out on a Tuesday night, I ran with David. Then I started building in Tuesdays and Thursdays. And I was always told, come for a few months, then you can decide whether you want to join or not. So I'd done that for a few months and I decided to join. So I did the marathon already, not a member of the club, but off my own. But I always remember somebody saying to me the Thursday night before I left to do the marathon, try and break 4 hours. So I was delighted to do that in 3 hours 48 minutes. So over the next few months, I gradually came up to club. I started coming the Mondays and the Tuesdays and the Thursdays. So my first actual race in a Harriers vest was the 1985 Brampton to Carlisle 10-mile road race, which was always a great day out for the club. And it's also became my favourite distance, 10 miles rather than half marathon.
Good. Have you got a favourite race or a most memorable race that you've done?
Strange enough, not Brampton though. I did enjoy plenty of Bramptons. One of my favourite races was the 1990 cross-country championships. Was down in Irvine. It was a terrible day, but I really found that I loved that race that day, and I had a particularly good run. And I took on Dragon Hill and I coped with it. I beat some guys in the club that I'd never really beaten before. And I finished the race and I was really delighted with that achievement, because by that time I'd up my training, I was in love with the sport, I loved the club, and it was just good to get down and do that cross country and have a really good run. It was also the centenary of the Scottish Cross Country Union at that time, so it had a kind of bit of history to it as well. So it was a fantastic day again.
Brilliant. And do you have any funny stories from the Harriers?
One of the funniest ones happened. I was doing the West District cross country relays, and word had got out that Steve Avett had moved to Scotland, and he started running with a club called Anniversary District. Now Steve Avett was a great hero of mine, and I loved the rivalry that he had with Seb Cole. So I went along to this race, which is in Twecker of all places, not really expecting to see Steve, but he was there. Further to that, as we all know, we get put into pens when our legs are called out. I'm standing in the pen, waiting to do my leg, and there I was, standing beside Steve Avett. I'm standing there thinking, here's a man's Olympic gold medalist, world record holder, and I'm taking the same race. I thought, he'll be away before me, I'll never catch him. But it just so happens the leg runner he was waiting in, coming in, and the one I was waiting coming in, came in at the same time. So it means that me and Steve are starting this race at the same time. No, I had club vest on, so I can't let the vest down. I always had great pride in the Harriers vest. So I stuck in beside Steve for about 800 metres anyway. But it was that fast, you couldn't get anywhere near him. But I let him go, but I always remember all the Harriers cheering and shouting my name. And I thought it was a fantastic moment in my running career to actually be taking part in the same race as Steve Avett. And although he went away from me a good bit, it was a great experience to be running with Steve Avett. And I always look back and have a good laugh at that, to think I was there with such a world-class athlete.
Brilliant. And what's the best bit about being a member of Calderglen Harriers?
The best thing about being a Harriers is structured training to start with, because as I mentioned previously, get out on your own. Well, I still do it, and I do go out mowing, I always did go out mowing at times. It's not the same as getting out with fellow Harriers, having that wee bit of competitive edge. But also, on top of that, is the social side of the club. Because I just couldn't go out running and not have a social side to the club. And all the social events over the years have been great, particularly when we do things like the West Highland Way Relay, the Trossachs training camp. There's always a social element built into it. And like the Brampton Carlisle road race as well, stopping off at Moffat. It's always been fantastic nights. So it's been a fantastic journey, 40 years in the club, and I haven't regretted a single minute of it. I just hope to go on a member of this club for as long as I possibly can.
Brilliant, glad to hear it. Thanks very much.
Thank you.